This meeting
So
is
just
being recorded.
Excuse me, sir.
yes, Radha.
Yeah, whatever you have told, this is a golden point.
Yeah.
Uh,
See,
I
that's what. See, I'll
really
tell you.
appreciate.
See,
I
I'll tell you.
really
I'm very
appreciate.
straightforward regarding these issues because see what happens now. Outside world is it is all about social media. Hope you understood, right?
Yes, yes.
When it comes to reality, students they are not students think that if I invest some 3 lakhs or join in some institution, I will get a job. Hope you understood, right?
No, no,
What
no.
is the reality? What is the reality? I should make them to understand. What is the reality? This is the reality. Hope you understood, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, see,
So
basically, that's
without
what.
perfect
Huh,
practicing, we are not able to certify himself. Ki
obviously,
we can do
obviously,
it. We can do it
obviously.
like this.
See,
Yeah.
to be frank, never. For example, if I prepare a resume of Mr. Fanindra, never I mention Apshala in the resume. Hope you understood,
Yeah.
right?
Possible.
Huh,
Possible. Yes.
obviously, that's what. So there are many things where we have to consider. Ultimately, the performance of the candidate is very important, and
Yes.
how it comes, it won't comes overnight. Okay, every day,
No, no.
at least 1 hour or half an hour they should spend
Yes.
time. They
Yes.
should involve. Then only they feel energized, confident. Hope you day by day.
Also, we
Then
will
what?
feel confident. Na?
Yes,
Then we can face the interview.
yes,
Otherwise,
yes,
every
yes,
time
yes.
we will say sorry, sorry,
Ha,
sorry.
yeah.
So
Even see, I have many
image
students
will
in my
down.
portfolio. I have many students in my portfolio. Even I will tell about Cable. Cable was, basically so frustrated. Okay. So basically, whenever you go to interview, sir, I'm not getting interview calls. That is the first frustration. Then after getting interview calls, after getting interview calls, second frustration, I'm not getting selected, sir. Okay. Then he
Yes.
got selected in first round. Then second round, not selected, sir. Then he got
Mm,
selected in second round. Then HR is getting rejected, sir. Okay. Finally, he got
Definitely.
one company. That company is not giving salary, sir. Okay. That company is not one company in Pune. He got placed in Pune. He joined. He worked there for 2 months, but abhi tak salary nahi diya, sir. वो साला. Okay.
Oh
Then,
God.
then, then I told you work there. No problem. You work there. Okay, for the experience. Okay, keeping that company, I made him to get a Deloitte. Hope you understood, right? Now,
Mm.
now he got salary of 22 lakhs. Now again yesterday he called, sir, I got a MNC company in Bangalore with 35 lakhs package. Sir. Can I join or not? Okay, this is the thing. See what happens now. So unless or until we put the student in a right path, see, and student should be willing to do this actually. Hope you
Yes,
understood, right?
that is
So he will
compulsory.
get a success. He will get a success.
Yes,
Only that
definitely.
nowadays most of the community of the students, how no efforts from their side. That is the reason. No
Yes.
efforts from their side. Okay, and basically they blame the organizations. Hope you
Yeah,
understood,
yeah.
right? Third thing is that there is no maturity. They go and spend some
Pretty
money. And,
also there.
yeah. So they get cheated. All these things are happening in the industry. Okay, so basically that's what I want to be very transparent with the student. Okay, this is how if you do, you will get a
Yeah.
job.
The
Okay.
word you have spoken, that is called the transparency.
Yes.
Real
Yes.
teacher, real
They should
teacher.
understand the transparency.
Uh,
Yeah. Then
yes,
then they will feel that heart and they will be in the right path actually.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
right.
yes, yes.
Now, once they get a job, then handling the situations it doesn't matters actually. Hope you understood, right?
Mm.
So this is how. And again, in even learning process also, they did not learn everything in the data science. First, Power BI Fabric, get a job into that. Okay. Then
Yeah,
there are many things to learn in your data science. Then
so many things.
step by step, you need to upskill yourself. Don't
Yes.
invest everything at a time. You don't have money, you don't have time to spend. That is a big problem. Hope you understood, right? So invest less money, less time, learn more, involve. Because see, even I see, when I see the resume of the people, okay, they put every
Mm.
technology, all technologies, how you can work, sir. I'm so scared actually.
That
All
is also
technology.
not possible.
Yeah, see, that's what.
With
Whenever
a
they
short
see,
span time, so
yeah,
this is called manipulation,
So
fabrication
that's
of
what.
resume.
They won't understand the industry
Yes,
properly. They will
yes.
come into that, and they will come, sir. I didn't get a job. How you will get a job? Hope you understood, right? So that is the reason why. Because even I want to motivate Fanindra. Okay, how the real time process will be there, and so that even he can if you feel that heat of getting the things. Okay,
Yes, yes, yes.
so yeah. Fine,
Even
then.
though I am not having the time, but I am
Yeah,
managing early morning, 4 o'clock. I am
yeah, you must do that.
wake
If you
up
want a career, you
yeah,
must do that.
yes,
That's
yes,
all
yes.
right. So
And I
that is
collected so many material also from
yes,
downloading
yes,
the,
yes, yes, yes,
and
yes,
I
yes,
started to read thoroughly.
yes, 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 yes.
The pain should come out, the fire should
Yeah,
come out.
yeah, 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 yeah. That should be there. Otherwise, it is difficult
Then we
actually.
can say ki we are the quite good
Yes,
painter,
yes,
otherwise the
yes,
good swimmer.
yes, 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 yes,
So
yes. Yeah,
and also it is beneficial to you. Ki then I can see and I can
yeah.
tell ki I am from Uppsala. I am from Uppsala. I can and also the employer can say ki a very good person are there.
Great, great, great. Fine, guys. So, see, what we'll do today. So, basically, just you know, we'll spend some time on your. Just let me share my screen. So, hope you are able to see my screen, everyone.
Yes, yes.
So, I request everyone to mute yourself to avoid certain background noise. So, in the previous class, okay, so we were discussing about different types of what you called connection modes, right? So, one is your import mode, another is your direct query mode, right? So, basically, we have discussed about the differences of these two modes, and also we implemented the direct query mode where we connected your desktop. So, this is your desktop, okay? So, let me one minute. This is your desktop, okay? So where we connect your desktop, we already connected your desktop to the semantic model stored on the cloud, okay? So this is a semantic model. So what is a semantic model? It is a data model data model stored on the cloud premise, that is your service cloud, okay? And we implemented the concept of direct query. Now, so what I mean to tell, connecting your desktop not only to semantic model is the concept of direct query, because semantic model is one of the component inside your cloud, sir. One of the data source inside your cloud, okay? But apart from semantic model, we have your lake house. We have your lake house, okay? We have your warehouse. We have your warehouse. We have your database. We have your database. So this is your lake house. This is your warehouse. This is your SQL database, okay? And apart from that, we have something called as KQL database. KQL database, right? So these are all data sources, right? These are all data sources. Now, what I mean to tell is, if you are able to connect your desktop to any of these data source, then that concept is also called as direct query. That concept is also called as direct query. Now, before connecting to these data sources, first of all, let us create these data sources in your service cloud. So in today's class, let us create a data source called lake house. What is it? Lake house. So this is a symbol of your lake house. Lake house. So generally, lake house is a data source which is used to store the data, especially your raw data, in the form of files. In the form of files. So where these files will be there, sir? Generally, in your client location, these files will be stored on your Azure cloud. Okay, these files will be stored on your Azure cloud. So generally, in your real time, we create something called as data pipelines to pull these files and store these files in your lakehouse. Once you store these files in your lakehouse, okay, we need to convert this file to something called as delta tables. Delta tables. Okay, why? Because in your data science, 99% most of the components in data science cannot understand the file structure except your lakehouse. That is the reason why if they wants to understand the file structure, you need to convert that into tables that are nothing but your delta tables. Why I'm calling it as a delta tables? I can call them as a ordinary tables, right? Okay. Why? Because there are certain files called delta log files. What is that? Delta log files, which are associated with these tables. That is the reason why I call this as a delta table. Okay, that I'll show you practically whenever I start your practicals. But understand that lakehouse is a place, okay, in your data science environment, project environment, okay, or on your cloud, Power BI service cloud, which is used to store raw data. What is that? Raw data in the form of files. Okay, so generally these files will be available in the cloud premise in your client location, which we will pull these files with the help of your data pipelines and load into your lakehouse. Now, once you load that into your lakehouse, we need to convert that files into delta tables. Okay, the process of converting your files to delta tables is nothing but your data transformations. It's nothing but your data transformations. Hope you understood, right? Okay, now why we call these tables as a delta tables? Because of delta log files. Delta log files will be associated with these tables. That is the reason why we call it as a delta tables. That is the reason why we call it as a delta tables. Hope you understood, right? Now, coming to the point. Okay, so once you load the data in the form of tables, now we need to analyze this data. How can we analyze this data? See, generally, whenever a data is stored inside the table, still I can make you still better. See, this is your database. Okay, so what is the database? Database is a place where you store your tables or you store your data, sir. You store your data, right? So you can ask me, lakehouse is the database? Yes, lakehouse is a database, sir. But it will store the data in the form of files and tables, both. But database, for example, you take SQL database, okay, Oracle database, SQL database, right? IBM DB2 database. These are all, these are nothing but relational. I call it as a RDBMS, relational database management systems. These are all, whenever I call it a relational database management system, these databases are designed to store data only in the form of tables, not in the form of files, Okay. So when I say your data is storing the table structure, when I say you are storing the data in the form of tables, okay, so this is a structure of the table where the data is arranged in the form of rows and columns. So this is the column 1, this is the column 1, column 2, column 3. This is the row 1, row 2, row 3. Hope you understood, right? So whenever you arrange the data in the form of rows and columns inside your database, that kind of arrangement or an object is called as a table. Hope you understood, right? Now, whenever you store the data inside your table, now I want to analyze the data. I want to create one report. Or for example, if this is an employee table, I want to basically know top 10 employees in this table. Okay, based on this salary. Hope you understood. Who are getting the top 10 salaries? Okay, I want to get that report. Then what I do, I write certain program. I will execute certain program called SQL programming. Okay, so SQL programming. What is SQL programming? It's nothing but structured query language. The name itself suggests structured query language. It is like English-like language which can be understood by your database, okay, which gets executed over your tables in the database and retrieve the data. Okay, so basically why we are calling it the query language? Because it will query the data. Query means asking the questions. It will ask the questions, the database will give the answer. Hope you understood, right? Now, what question I will ask, what programming I will write? I will write a small programming like this. Okay, select. Okay, so top 10, okay, from employee. So this is the query program. What is the meaning of this? Okay, select top 10 records from the employee table where salary is greater than 10,000. Hope you understood, right? 10,000. So whomever the employee's salary is greater than 10,000 rupees, in that I need top 10 records. I need top 10 records. So this is like English like language, right? English like language which can be understandable by you and me and the computer also. So what computer will do, it will understand that you are asking top 10 employees in the employee table whose salary is greater than 10,000. Then it will fetch you all the records. That is top 10 records. It will fetch you all the top 10 records. Hope you understood, right? Okay. So with the help of these top 10 records, okay, what I'll do, I will perform certain data visualizations. Like for example, bar chart, column chart, I'll do something. Hope you understood, right? Okay. So data visualizations or report, I will create one report. Hope you understood, right? This is a very, very important, sir. Whenever you have a table, whenever you are storing certain data in the form of table, obviously analysis is needed. Whether it is a raw data or structured data, that doesn't matter here. Okay. Even though it is a raw data, we need certain analysis. Now, how can we perform this analysis in your lake house? Okay. On the tables. That is a big question here. So in order to perform, okay, let me erase all these things. So in order to perform analytics on this raw data that is stored in the form of delta tables, I need what I need. I need to write SQL query. Yes, sir, right? This is your lakehouse is nothing but a database, sir. Okay, only symbol is different. That's it. So I need to execute SQL query, sir. Yes or no, right? I need to execute this SQL query. Okay. So what is the SQL query? Select star from employee. That is, select all the columns from employee and display for B. So I need to execute this SQL query on this. In order to execute SQL query, directly I can't write the SQL query on the lakehouse. I need a help of one component called as SQL endpoint analytics. SQL endpoint analytics. SQL endpoint analytics. Hope you understood, right? Okay. So what is this SQL endpoint analytics? SQL endpoint analytics is an interface between your delta tables or a data model inside your lakehouse. See, I'm changing my conversation here. Or a data model. See, don't think that only you have one delta table in your lakehouse. There are many delta tables, sir. There may be 3 delta tables or 4 delta tables based on your requirements, which are related together to form data model. Don't worry about data model. That is a very big concept. We'll explain further. Understand that data model is a collection of different tables which are related with each other to form a data model. So wherever data model is there, okay, I need to perform certain analysis, data analysis. How can I do that? With the help of your SQL query. With the help of your SQL query. So basically you may ask, sir, you are writing SQL query with the help of SQL endpoint analytics to query the data on the data model. So does your lakehouse is a SQL database, sir? From Microsoft? Yes. Your lakehouse backend, even though the symbol of lakehouse is like this, and it is able to store the files, backend of this lakehouse is nothing but your SQL database, sir. SQL database. Hope you understood, right? I'll show you practically. So in the front end, you are able to see lakehouse, but back end where it is storing the data, table information, data model information, data models, all the tables inside your SQL database. That I'll show you. Okay. Now, so basically now you understand one thing, that if you want to basically query the data, if you want to basically, query your data models or delta tables in your lakehouse, you need one interface called as SQL endpoint analytics. Yes, right? To execute this SQL query. So what is the meaning of this? Every lakehouse is associated with one SQL endpoint analytics. Every lakehouse is associated with one SQL endpoint analytics by default. By default, as soon as you create your lakehouse on your Microsoft Fabric, I'm calling it as now Microsoft Fabric, that is on your Power BI. Hope you understood, right? So Service Cloud, Power BI Service Cloud. Whenever you create your lakehouse on Fabric or Service Cloud or one lake, everything is same, sir. Because one lake, actually your lake house is inside your workspace, sir. Where is your workspace? Inside your one lake. Where is your one lake? Inside your Power BI Service Cloud. Where is your Power BI Service Cloud? Inside your Fabric Cloud. Where is your Fabric Cloud? Azure Cloud. Hope you understand. Inside your Azure Cloud. So this much encapsulations is done in your Microsoft technologies. Actually your Fabric is a cloud based application. It's a unified data platform or AI platform which is hosted on the Azure cloud. Hope you understood, right? Okay. So basically, whenever you create your lake house, automatically your Microsoft Fabric or Power BI Service Cloud, generally I call it the Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft Fabric will create one default endpoint analytics in order to execute your SQL queries on the lake house. Very simple. Hope you understood, right? You did not create any endpoint analytics. By default, it itself will create an endpoint analytics. Hope you understood, right? What I'm telling. So this is the architecture of your lake house. This is the architecture of your lake house. Very, very, very important. Without this, there is no question in the interview. There is no job description in your interview process. Hope you understood, right? You refer any job description on Microsoft Fabric, okay, of any MNC companies, they won't bypass my class, sir. Everything whatever I cover, they will ask. Everything will ask. Okay. So, and also believe me, getting a job in Microsoft Fabric is damn easy, sir, because there are a lot of requirements. People are not there on Microsoft Fabric. Very few people are there because it's a new technology. Okay. Now, so coming to the, yeah, so this is the architecture of your Microsoft Fabric. Now what we'll do very quickly, we will create one lakehouse, okay, very fastly, and we load your data. See, of course, we don't know what is data pipeline as of now. What we do, instead of creating data pipeline and pulling the connecting to your Azure cloud and pulling the file and loading into lakehouse, these are real time actually, okay. But I'm not implementing real time today. Just I will load these files manually on your lakehouse. Hope you understood, right? Okay. And I will show you how SQL endpoint analytics is created, how you can toggle from lakehouse to the endpoint analytics, from endpoint analytics to the lakehouse. Hope you understood. That and all we'll discuss. And tomorrow's class will deep dive into your lakehouse again. We'll spend some time on your lakehouse because it is a very big concept. Hope you understood, right? So now these are all Fabric classes, Microsoft Fabric classes. Don't think that Microsoft Fabric classes are taught separately, sir. Okay. Microsoft Fabric classes will be taught by me in parallel with Power BI, sir. Hope you understood, right? Then only you can clear the interview, sir. Otherwise, what happens, you get confused. They will ask you to implement Lakehouse on Fabric. Then you will think Fabric is different, Power BI Service Cloud is different. No, it's not like that, sir. Actually, you are implementing Lakehouse on your Power BI Service Cloud. Where is the Power BI Service Cloud? On Fabric, sir. Both are same. But if you don't know the clarity, if you don't know the architecture, in the interview process you get what you called struck. You will get confused. Okay, this guy is asking me to implement Lakehouse and Fabric, but sir didn't told. He told on Power BI Service Cloud. Hope you understood, right? That is the reason why I'll be taking your Fabric classes in parallel with your Power BI Service Cloud. This is nothing but your Fabric class. What I'm taking now. Hope you understood, right? So now we'll get into your. So now see where you implement this, where you store your, once you develop this lakehouse, where you store in your workspace. Yes or no, right? Where is your workspace, sir? Mr. Praveen, where is your workspace? Praveen, what is it? Fanindra, where is your workspace? In which component? Hi, Fanindra. Are you able to hear me? Hello. Hi, Fanindra. Are you able to hear me? Hello. Hi, Radha. Are you able to hear me? Hello. Hello. You can use your chat window.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm listening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
What about Fanindra? Are you able to hear me? Are you there in the meeting, Mr. Fanindra? I think he's not there. Okay. So where you store in your where you store this lake house in your workspace. Radha, you can mute yourself.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes.
So you can store, that is whenever you create your lake house, okay, where you store this lake house in your workspace. Hope you understood, right? Okay. So where is your workspace in your service cloud? Service cloud is inside your Microsoft Fabric. This is the concept. So now which component I need to trigger to create your work to create your lake house? Which component I need to trigger? Service cloud, SR, right? Or Fabric. So directly I'll go to our what do you call Microsoft Fabric. So app.fabric.microsoft.com. So already I logged in with your Fabric. The same credentials, whatever you are using, credentials for your Power BI, the same thing you can use for your what you call Fabric also. So just you can just click on cancel here. If it is asking you to verify your identity, please try to click on cancel 2 times. Okay, then it won't disturb you. Now see here, you are on your Fabric environment. How you will come to know that? In the left panel down, you are able to see the Fabric symbol, right? This is your Fabric environment. Hope you understood, right? You are the home page. Now you need to get inside your Power BI Service Cloud. Why, sir? Workspace is inside your Power BI Service Cloud side. That is the reason why. Click on this Fabric, click on the Power BI Service Cloud. Okay, just click on this Power BI Service Cloud. Now you are entering into your Power BI Service Cloud. Hope you understood. Where you have a lot of workspaces. You already created your workspaces. So click on your workspaces. So I think what he called 9 a.m. Radha Mohan workspace. We have okay. For example, let me create one more workspace for you. Okay, so basically let me create one workspace for you, or we can better to create one workspace for you. Click on new workspace. Okay, so let me just 9 p.m. Fanindra, Funny and Radha Mohan workspace. Okay, so let me assign this workspace to the trial version of Fabric. Okay, so click on apply. Click on apply. So I'm creating a new workspace which is empty now. Now I'm going to create your lake house on your workspace. How to create your lake house? Click on new item. Okay, so just you need to search. See, there are many items you can create of different departments. All these are Fabric components. All these are Fabric components which you can create and develop and integrate and execute all these things. Okay, but however, I don't want to develop everything as of now. I want to develop only lake house. So search for lake house, LAKE, lake house. Now see here, this is a lake house. Okay, this is the symbol of your lake house. This is a symbol of your lake house. Okay, now basically just you can click on this lake house. Click on this lake house. Okay, so enter the name of the lake house. So basically, like a useful name, say for example, test lake house. Okay, so lake house. Okay, or basically see generally like we create different lake houses like for development environment, testing environment, for production environment. So we call it as a bronze, silver, gold actually. Okay, your real-time projects will be implemented in 3-tier architecture. Hope you understood, right? So that and all, it's not necessary now. Once I'm done with your program, I will take 1 or 2 special classes for explain the real-time projects, basically real-time implementation, real-time architectures. Okay, Meridian architecture. So where they will ask you what type of architecture you are used in your Fabric. Okay, you need to talk about Meridian architecture. Fine, then they'll get an impression on you, right? That and all I'll tell you. But however, use some meaningful lake like test lakehouse, or simply to put a very simple test LH. Okay, so where you are going to store in your newly created workspace. Click on create. Click on create. Now see here, whenever you create your workspace or a lake house, your Fabric will take you into something called as Lakehouse Explorer. What is this Lakehouse Explorer? The name itself suggests it's an explorer where you can explore the files and tables that is stored inside your lake house. Hope you understood, right? So now see here, all files are now see here. You got a message successfully created SQL endpoint analytics. See my cursor here, top right corner. Okay, so Microsoft Fabric automatically will create one SQL endpoint analytics by default. You did not create any SQL endpoint analytics. Automatically, every lakehouse will be associated with one SQL endpoint analytics. Why, sir? Why SQL endpoint analytics? To execute your SQL queries on your delta tables. Now, see here, you created a lakehouse. So, can you find any files on your lakehouse? Here, there is a files folder. When you click on this, nothing, empty, because you didn't loaded any files, sir. If you are not loading any files, then what about tables, sir? Nothing, right? No delta tables. Generally, these tables are stored in something called as schemas. Now, see here, it has created one default schema. Okay, schema is nothing but basically it is a structure of your database. Okay, fine. So it's nothing but your structure, skeleton. See, for example, you take a building, right? Building, what is the skeleton of the building? Walls and all, right? Inside your walls, you store some items. So your walls are nothing but your schema of your database. Right? So by default, the Fabric environment will create one schema also for you. But unfortunately, you don't have any files here, okay, in your lakehouse, so you can't see any tables also. Now, see, basically, what we'll do, we'll try to upload the files manually. See, already we have a file. So in my desktop, Fabric dataset. So click on these three dots of your files. Click on these three dots. Okay. Now, basically, just click on upload. Click on upload files. Click on upload files. When you click on upload files, okay, basically, just you are able to see some what you call menu like this. Click on folder. Now, here basically you can select all these. You have different types of files here: CSV files, Excel files, okay, JSON files formats. Let me select at a once. Click on open. When you click on open, now see here, click on upload. Now see here, all these files are getting uploaded to my lakehouse manually. Hope you understood, right? So this is how I uploaded my files, raw data set files given from the client location to my lakehouse. Lakehouse is the only place where you can store the raw data in the form of dash file structure. Very, very important. So they will ask you in interview, what is the difference between your lakehouse and warehouse? Okay, warehouse cannot store raw data in the form of files, sir. It can store structured data only in the form of tables on your Fabric. See, generally your warehouse can be designed to store in the form of files, but in your Fabric environment, I will design your data warehouse only to store structured data in the form of table format, not in the form of files. But Lakehouse can store your raw data not only in the form of files, but also in the form of tables. Hope you understood, right? This is the differences actually. There are many differences we'll look into. But however, we loaded these files, okay, manually. Hope you understood it. Now we have all CSV files, Excel files, and JSON files. Now see, I'll try to convert CSV files to the what you call delta tables. So how can you convert? For example, I want to convert products to CSV to the delta tables. What I'll do, I will just click on these three dots. I'll click on these three dots. I'll click on load to tables and click on new table. Now that is Fabric is giving, Microsoft Fabric is giving basically an option for us, okay, to directly convert your CSV file to the table. Hope you understood, right? But when I click on Excel file, now see here, Excel file, there is no option for me. So what you should do, you should convert this Excel file manually to CSV file, then upload to the Lakehouse. That is only one way. Now, what about this CSV file, JSON file? See, for example, when I see, let me, now see when I click on this JSON file, here also there is no option for user. You can't convert your JSON files directly to the delta tables. There is no option. Hope you understood, right? That is, there is no direct option to convert your Excel files to the delta tables. There is no direct option to convert your JSON files to the delta tables. There is only only CSV files can be converted directly to the delta table with one click. Now I'm going to convert your product CSV to the delta table with one click. Click on new table. So in which schema you want to store? DBO schema. What is the table's name? Product2 underscore table. I will say is a delta table, DT. Hope you understood. Comma separated is comma. Just click on load. Now see here, it is trying to convert, your Fabric is trying to convert your CSV files to the delta tables. After some time, you can see a table called products2 underscore DT in the tables, what you call folder. Hope you understood, right? So now see here, basically that is, your Fabric is giving an option for the conversion of CSV to the delta table because CSV are very popular files actually. But 99% of your industries now here successfully created. Now here the table has been created. Okay, so this is your table, sir. Okay, now see how the structure is there. All these are the columns. But at the same time, if you see your CSV, products to CSV, it is a worst structure, sir. See here, this is a worst structure, right? This is your raw data, sir. This is a semi-structured data. Hope you understood, right? Now, I want to perform certain analysis on these products to tables, sir. What I can do, I need to write some SQL queries. Can you write SQL queries in your Lakehouse Explorer, sir? No, you can't write SQL queries on your Lakehouse Explorer. In your Lakehouse Explorer, just you can view your files and you can view your tables. That's it. You can view your tables. Okay, you can't perform any SQL analytics. You can't perform any SQL analytics on your Lakehouse. Hope you understood, right, what I'm telling. So if you want to perform SQL analytics on your Lakehouse, what you should do, sir? You need to trigger your SQL endpoint analytics. Okay, now you are in Lakehouse Explorer. See here, analyze with data. You are in Lakehouse Explorer. Now when you click on this, please see my cursor in the top right corner. When you click on this, you are able to see something called as SQL endpoint analytics. Just click on it. When you click on it, now here you are loading your SQL endpoint analytics. SQL endpoint analytics is all about tables and SQL queries. Now open your schema, open your DBO schema. Under that, open your tables folder. Now see here, whatever the tables you have in your Lakehouse, it got loaded to your SQL endpoint analytics. Okay. Now see here, this is my table. I want to write very small SQL query. I told you, right? What is a SQL query? It is like English like language. Okay. Do you want to be expert in SQL? No, sir. But if you are good in SQL, that is always better. Okay. So don't worry. If you want, basically, I can help you on SQL by taking some few classes. I will make you to understand to read by your own again. Okay. Now see here, just put a click on these three dots. Okay. So you want to write a new SQL query? Yes. What type of SQL query I want to write? I want to select top 100 products. Top 100 products. Just click on it. It itself, the fabric will write the SQL query and it will execute the query. Hope you understood, right, what I'm saying. Now see here, it has written the SQL query. Okay, select top 100 product ID, product name. These are all the columns. Okay, from products to table, which is present inside your DBO schema. This is the syntax. And also it has given the results for you automatically. Now, I want to perform data visualization. For example, I want to change this. I don't want 100 top products. I need only 5 products. Top 5 products. So what I'll do, just I will edit this and again I will run this. Now see here I'm getting only 5 products. That's it. Very simple. I didn't write any SQL query. It itself is writing a SQL query. Hope you understood, right? Okay. So like this, I can analyze the data. Okay. Suppose if you want to create any reports from this, what you can do, I will select this query. You are able to see something called as down arrow mark here. Visualize results. Click on the visualize results. Now see here, click on the visualize results. Click on continue. Now see here, your Power BI desktop gets triggered and load this data, that is top 5 products, okay, to your Power BI desktop, and you can start doing the visualizations. Now see here, it has loaded this query result. It has loaded only that query results. What is the query result? 5 data, top 5 data. Now I'll go to your data table of visualization. I will add your table of visualization. I will expand this. Okay. Basically, I will try to add all these columns to this. Just for your simplicity purpose, I want to see whether it is fetching 5 results or 5 rows or not. See here, you got only 5 rows. Exactly you got. If you want, you can see here only 5 rows. These are the top 5 products. Now I will save this report. Okay, what I will save? This report. Okay, report from test Lakehouse LH. Hope you understood, right? So this report is from Lakehouse, sir, not from data warehouse. Be careful. So I will save. Click on save. Click on save. Again, where this report is going to be stored, sir, in your workspace only. Hope you understood, right? Okay. Now see here, the report has been saved. Like this, I can perform certain analytics on your Lakehouse, which is the staging area of your data science projects. Hope you understood, right? Now you are at present you are in SQL endpoint analytics. You want to toggle. Now you want to go back. So what do you do? Again, click on this. Okay, click on your Lakehouse. So when you click on your Lakehouse, okay, now see here again you came to your Lakehouse Explorer. You can explore your files and tables. You can explore your files and tables. Hope you understood, right? Now how you now where this Lakehouse is created? It is inside your workspace. Where is your workspace? See here, it has created one shortcut. Your Fabric has created one shortcut. Every time you not go to your workspace and click on what you called, search for your 9 p.m. Fanindra. Directly go to your what you call workspace 9 p.m. Fanindra. Okay. Now see here, this is your test lakehouse. What you created. Please understand the structure of your lakehouse. Lakehouse. Every lakehouse is associated. This is your lakehouse explorer. This is your SQL endpoint analytics. Every lakehouse is associated with SQL endpoint analytics. Hope you understood, right? Now, when you click on this first, first symbol, when you click on this lakehouse, this is your lakehouse explorer. It will take you to lakehouse explorer. So this is your lakehouse explorer. Again, I'll go back, to workspace. Again, I'll click on the second icon. When I click on the second icon, I'm directly getting into SQL endpoint analytics. Hope you understood, right? Like this also you can do, or in the top right corner, you can click on this, you can toggle to any one of them. Now I am in SQL endpoint analytics. Now I want to switch over to Lakehouse Explorer. I'll click on this, I go to Lakehouse Explorer. This is how I can switch from Lakehouse to SQL endpoint analytics, SQL endpoint analytics to Lakehouse analytics. Why you are using SQL endpoint analytics? To perform SQL queries. Hope you understood, right? So this is about your sample Lakehouse. Now what we did in today's class, we tried to convert your products to CSV to the delta table. Now I'm giving one assignment to you, both Fanindra and Radha. Try to convert this sales.csv. Try to convert this sales.csv to the delta table. Take it as assignment. How to convert? Click on these three dots, click on load tables, click on new table. Hope you understood, right? Do it, okay? So and let me know how you can do that. Hope you understood, right? So what you should do, what is your assignment? Try to, log into your, I created your workspace, 9 p.m. Fanindra, get into that. Okay, we have already everything. See, a report is created. Okay, this report you can open on your what you call desktop. Basically, fine. Semantic model is created and report also will be created. Just refresh, So basically, report also will be created. So now see, a report is created. Just click on cancel. Now see, a report is created. Report from test lakehouse. When you click on this, it gets open on your what you call cloud. It gets opened on your cloud. Hope you understood, right? So this is your report from the lakehouse. It is on the cloud. If you want, you can edit it and you can start working on it. So go to your workspace. So click on this Lakehouse Explorer. Okay. So basically now in your Lakehouse Explorer, I already uploaded a file called sales.csv. What is that file? Click on the files, sales.csv. Try to convert this to the delta table and come tomorrow class. Hope you understood that. This is your assignment. Right? So any questions till now? I think it's enough for today's class. It's any questions till now so that we can continue tomorrow.
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. In the lake house, why we are cutting this to sign? When we make it as a hut and we cut it.
Can you come back again? What is it? Can you come back?
For lake house, we make one hut and we cut it. We cut it this by two arrows.
Cut it. 1 minute. Let me open your.
Open.
Yeah, tell me now.
No, I am asking only the flow chart, nothing here.
Okay.
Yeah, here in this arrow.
Here.
Here. Why?
Okay.
Why here?
See, it is a lake symbol actually. Lake inside the house. Okay. What is the lake symbol? This is the lake. So, what is there inside your lake? Water, right? Water, right? Water is like volatile. It is like raw data, like raw volatile. Hope you understood, right? So there is something like lake inside your house. That is called lake house. That is the raw data where you can store the raw data. That is the meaning actually. But same thing for warehouse. This is a symbol. You don't have any cut.
Yes.
It is like completely closed structure data. Okay, enclosed. Okay, that is, it is not volatile. Hope you understood, right? Okay. That is the meaning actually. Yeah, that is the meaning.
So, what are the other uses of this delta log files?
See, delta log files. Yeah, very good question. Just basically, 1 minute. So I'll show you. So these are the delta log files. Just 1 minute. See, why I'm calling is a delta log files. You are able to see this is a delta table, right? So I'm calling it the
Yeah.
delta table because of these delta log files. Where you can see delta log files, click on these three dots,
Okay.
click on view files.
Okay.
Now, are you able to see delta log? This
Yes.
is
Yes.
nothing but delta log files. When you get into get inside, you will see some files in the JSON format. Click on this. When you click on this here, it is writing in its own way. There is certain coding in its own, and you can understand this coding. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it is having its own format. Whatever operations you are doing on this table, okay, it will try to. Now here you have written a write operations. It has recorded. If you append the record, it will record. It will update the record. It will everything. Whatever the operations you are doing onto this table, it will try to record. It is like a black box. It is like black box in your aircraft. Hope you understood, right? So,
Yes.
so that is the reason why we call it a delta table. Because of these delta files, okay, delta log files, we call this table as a delta tables. Hope you understood,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So, very special tables in your lake house, basically. But these are also tables, normally tables. Okay, so generally in your lake house also we load 3 or 4 tables and we try to do data modeling. Don't worry about data modeling. So once I done with your ETL part, now we are in ETL part, first module, where we
Yeah.
finished import mode. Now we are in the direct query mode. In direct query
Direct.
mode, we connected your desktop to the semantic model. Now before connecting your desktop to the lake house, first what we are doing, we are developing your lake house. We are creating your lake house. We are loading the data. Okay,
Yes.
then we connect your tomorrow's class. What we do, we connect your desktop to the lake house. Hope you understood, right? Right? Yeah. So all these things. So what is an assignment for you? Convert your sales.csv to the delta table. That is assignment for you and Fanindra. Okay. Tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
Fine then. So see you tomorrow then. I think it's
Yeah. Good.
tomorrow we'll be having class at 9 o'clock only. Okay. So you can join at 9 o'clock. So I'll be intimating to your counselor. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.